We figured out all your symptoms. It's been 3 game days, David Lopez, and it came down to golfer's elbow? Are you insane, David? Don't play golf, man. Good morning, everyone. Dave from the Wee Hours here, back with some more Project Hospital, and it's a brand new day in the Wee Hours Boo-Boo Help Place, and we've been faced with a mathematical impossibility. Our next task is to treat 40 patients per day. The problem is we're only being sent 30, so that's 10 less patients than we need. P.S., by the way, in case anyone was concerned, David Lopez still lives in this hospital. He won't go away. He could have virtually anything: lupus, hepatitis, ulcerative colitis. He could have virtually any disease on the books, and he won't leave our hospital. But back to our mathematical impossibility. Yes, we have to treat 40 patients per day. That's our little goal up here. We are only being sent 30 patients per day by the 2 insurance companies we've contracted, and this was causing me no end of grief as I was sitting around thinking about this off recording. So once again, I had to go back in and play my little parallel side game to figure out how to do this, and once again, it came down to the very minor complaint I have about Project Hospital, which is the grayed out issue. Now, we dealt with this a few episodes ago when I, again, couldn't figure something out. I mean, nobody's tuning into the Wee Hours for competent gameplay, but I'm not terrible at these games. I'm not completely terrible at them, and what it was coming down to was the grayed out issue. So, looking down in the bottom left-hand corner here at our emergency department, everything else is grayed out. Now, we covered that issue a few episodes ago, but this one, the treat 40 patients per day, was also a grayed out issue. So if we go to our insurance companies, we've got uninsured, we have the plebs, the peasants, they get to come here. They're sending us 10 people. We've got cheapo care on the books, and they're sending us 20 people. The rest of these guys all grayed out. And my little gamer brain says, well, nothing you can do with those. They're grayed out. You must have to do something else to get these to be a color, because that's how games work. If things are grayed out, then you can't do anything with them. That's how my brain works after 30 some odd years of playing video games. But no, once again, our next objective to unlock Abdomigut is open a general surgery department clinic. We can totally do that. We can absolutely do that. There's not much else we can do with that. So if we go down to general surgery and double-click that, yeah, we can't do any of the hospitalization. See, this is what I was looking at. Unlock by completing insurance company objectives. Okay, well, my brain says I can't do anything with that. But we can put up the office. We can put up the general surgery office, which is completing the quest to get more patients sent here by Abdomigut. We can finally get them sending us some really sick people. So there's not much we're going to be able to do with the money, but let's see if we can get a general surgery office done. That should hopefully unlock 10 more people that we could possibly complete our 40 patients per day. And I think this is going to live up in this area up here. I'm glad I kind of earmarked this corridor out so I didn't build over it. I'm going to take the corridor down a little bit and then look for a spot for this general surgery office. And then I've got a couple of other ideas of things I'd like to put up in that area too. So let me just oh, hang on, patient with incorrect diagnosis. Okay, what did we do for you, Jessica Lee? We said you had pork tapeworm. We were pretty sure about that. We were 100% sure that you have a pork tapeworm, which is terrible, Jessica. Terrible. And your little photo here, your little character photo thing here looks like you have a pork tapeworm. You look really, really thin and haggard. I'm pretty sure on the pork tapeworm. It says 100%, Jessica. I don't know what else you want me to do here. Okay, well, hopefully somebody can deal with your issue. I'm kind of more concerned about general surgery, Jessica. I don't really care too much about your pork tapeworm. Hey, David Lopez, how you doing? No, you could still have virtually anything. All we know about you is you have a fever and tenderness, and you're being treated by Dr. Robert Wilson. Okay, that's fine. Let me mess around with this corridor here, and then we'll see about the general surgery office. Okay, I've extended the corridor all the way around the back of the intensive care unit, which I now feel, now that I'm kind of getting more used to the grayed out issue that Project Hospital has, I kind of feel we didn't need to build any of this. that this was all completely useless. All we really needed was the office. And that part was relatively inexpensive. But no, we've got a huge intensive care unit. Now, one of the commenters had checked in and said, well, you probably need an ambulance to deal with the intensive care unit things. That will bring you people who need to be intensively cared for, I guess is the answer to that. But yes, was my first thought. And then I looked at ambulances a little more closely. Now, we have to buy an ambulance. It costs us money. It costs us actually about $35,000 to buy an ambulance. And the text on that is challenging critical cases. So those seem like sort of special little side missions if we had an ambulance. I will definitely buy an ambulance when we have a little bit more money to play with. Again, it's saying $38,000 down here after I built the corridor, but really we're about $120,000 in the hole. We have a huge bank loan out right now, so we don't have the kind of money to be buying an ambulance. And that does seem, just reading that text, that seems like special side missions that we'd have to deal with, little challenges when the ambulance comes in. We'll definitely look at that down the road. I'm not 100% sure that's what's going to feed us people to the intensive care unit. And it's largely irrelevant anyway, because we've shut down the intensive care unit and radiology. The only thing operating right now are the GPs, because we had the whole prestige issue in the last episode. So all of that being said, let's get back to building stuff here. I've taken the corridor out the way I want it. Now, I've earmarked these two little spots here just as a measuring tool so I know where the next corridor is going to be. The minimum size for this office, as usual, is 4 by 4, but let's go a little bit bigger. We know we probably want these things a little bit bigger than they actually said. How about if we just tucked it in this corner at an 8 by 5? Let's do that, and let's get some walls going up for you. Now, general surgery, maybe you're blue. I feel you could be blue. Ooh, blue top and brick bottom. That I don't know why that feels like general surgery, but it is. This is the color of general surgery now. It's bricks and blue. How about a floor for you guys? Just a basic wooden floor will probably do the job very nicely. Okay, and obviously you're going to need a door because you're all super fussy about having doors. I don't know why, but I'm feeling the glass door for the general surgery office. Let's make sure everybody can look in here. And speaking of which, let's have a window. I rarely give you guys windows. Let's make sure everybody can see inside the general surgery office to check out the horribly diseased patients who need some general surgery. Now, the important part of this equation, general surgery department, so I'm in the right department. I've made that mistake before. Let's first of all designate your corridors as corridors so people know to actually walk down here. Otherwise, they'll never come to the general surgery office. And let's get that all the way down here. There we go. Perfect. Now, general surgery office, designate that. Boom. There we go. Okay, fantastic. Now, we'll need some other things in here. A waiting room. Actually, pretty much just a waiting room. Oh, my corridor is going to be too small to do my little mini waiting room, but I could do it over here. Do I have one of those here? No, I don't. I have a vending machine there, though. That's fussy. Okay, I'll have a think about that. Let's go back to getting this done here. So, what do you need? Pretty much the usual doctory stuff. Okay, so this runs pretty much like a GP's office. Almost, I think it's exactly the same as a GP's office. All right, well, that's fine. We know what to do with that. You're going to need a desk, and you're going to need a chair. Those are the fundamentals right there. Let's give you another chair over here so your patients can sit in it. Obviously, you need the PC and printer. Those are the fundamentals. Where'd your printer go? There it is. So you can print out what sort of general surgery kind of things you need. Now, the exam table, which is what takes up the bulk of the room here, that can live there. I'm going to give you the light that hangs on the ceiling because that saves a little bit of floor space. Now, you need, obviously, a ton of cabinets. So how about that'll hold a sink? Can we squeeze that all the way over there? Yeah, we can. Let's give you one of those, and let's mix up your colors just for fun. One of those and one of those. Horribly mismatched counters. That's fine. Maybe they were on sale at IKEA or something. Kitchen sink can live in that counter. And your little audio meter, the machine that goes bing, and then you raise your hand when you hear the sound. And your CRP scan, quick blood test. Let's get one of those over there. You need the eye test chart. God help you if you don't have an eye test chart in your GP's office. One of those. You need a biohazard bin. You are saying that your little audio meter thing ain't working here. Oh, I've unlocked an achievement, apparently. Good for me. Your little audio meter thing isn't coming up as usable. Okay. Can I put it somewhere else, please, then? Give me that. Yep, no. Now, see, now it's attached. Well, that's fussy. All right, you know what? You're just going to go away then. I'll just make you go away. Perfect. Done. Now, I can take you, put you over here. No, you just definitely don't want to live over there. Okay, you know what? That's fine. I didn't like that cabinet anyway. You can just go away. We're just going to delete you. I'll get my money back. There we go. Now, audio meter, can you live here? Come on, give it to me. Give it. Okay, you like that just fine. $500 for one of those things. Dear Lord, all it does is go beep. You need a equipment cabinet. Let's go with the... How about the wall-mounted one? Can that live somewhere? I could probably live over here. Yep, there we go. Okay, that's all the basics. That's all the things that we need right now. I'm going to give you a mobile cabinet just because I think that looks nice. Don't really need to spend the money, but here we are. You may as well have a nice-looking office. You've got a sink, so you don't really need the disinfectant dispenser, but I think you need a clock so people know how, dear God, how long it's been since they've been in this office. That can live right above the sink. You don't have any room for a cactus, but you can have a plastic hamper. You're going to want to put all your scrubs away somewhere. And do you need any posters? Well, that will actually help with patient boredom. Why don't you have a poster about the heart? That sounds like something that would live in an internal surgery kind of area. Okay. All of that being done, we should have the fundamentals in place to actually get this office up and running. I did give you a door, right? Yep, we gave you the glass door so everyone can invade everyone else's privacy. Now, we need to hire some people. So management, what do you actually take? You are, let me see here. Is there anything specific that we need for you? Like some sort of special skill? Common diagnostic outpatient office. I'm not seeing any special skills. I'm sure that will come up when we get into hospitalization, like these doctors. Specialized in general surgery. Okay, well, that makes a certain degree of sense. This is the general surgery department. Susan Thomas, you're actually kind of broadly an all-rounder, aren't you? Oh, you're the one with... You have dirty feet. I hate that perk. Why are you walking around in your bare feet in a hospital? I think that's illegal, Susan. I don't think you're allowed to do that. Jennifer Adams, you're wicked good at general surgery. And you're also kind of an all-rounder, but you have the long commute perk, which means you're often late for work. Barbara Jones, you are equally good at general surgery. However, you're a night owl. You work better at night. Well, down the road, when we unlock hospitalization here, that might be more efficient to put you on board. Diagnostic genius, though. Extra talent for diagnosis, and that is basically exactly what you're going to be doing here. And you're a little cheaper than Jennifer Adams. Susan Thomas is quite a bit cheaper, though. Oh, I don't suppose you're a diagnostic genius. No, you're not. You're not. I kind of want Barbara Jones, and her skills across the board are just rock and roll. I mean, except advanced diagnosis, but hopefully diagnostic genius will make up for that. I'm taking Barbara Jones. It's a higher salary, but if she can churn people faster out of this room, that would be better. Okay, you're on board, Barbara. Get some general surgery diagnosis things going on here. How's David Lopez doing? Okay, we're not even looking at David Lopez. All right, he's just sort of hanging out in bed, doing nothing. I think you're one of those weirdo hypochondriac types, David Lopez, that just likes to be in a hospital. So, knowing now have we completed our objective for insurance? I did that. I opened a general surgery department clinic. Oh, hang on. Maybe I didn't. You might not have all the things. You need a waiting room. Right. You need a waiting room. I have not opened this yet. You need a waiting room. Okay, let me figure out what I'm going to do with that. What I'll do is just build a very, very tiny waiting room, like a 4x4 waiting room over here. Nothing fancy. Doesn't need to be crazy. Just needs to get the job done. you can have these walls right here. Good. And that. Perfect. Let's get you a door. Oh, I like the glass wall. Don't know why I like the glass wall, but I like the glass wall. Can you live here? I would like you to live there, and there. Oh, I like this. I don't know why I like this, but I like this. And have a glass door as well. Oh, yeah, everyone can just watch you in the waiting room and figure out what your horrible, horrible illness is. You need a floor, otherwise you'll probably be fussy about that. Just a regular white tile floor will be fine, thank you. And you need to be designated as a waiting room for the general surgery clinic. So you can be designated just like... Oh, okay, there we go. There we go. Abdomigut can be contracted. Okay, we'll come back to that in a sec, game. Let me just finish off the general surgery department here, waiting room area. And pretty much all you need is benches and stuff. Now, we'll need the queue machine, unfortunately, because apparently they can't queue anywhere else but where they are right now. No, give me that back. And let's put that right there, and then I can just slam a few benches over here. How about some nice green benches? There and there. That's probably about all we're going to be able to do. You can get one in there. Not even sure we need them. Let's just go with those two benches. I don't know how many people are going to be sitting here. So you do need the info screen, though. Where does that sit? That sits right there. It's about all we're going to be able to do here. You can have a water... No, you know what? I need you people paying for this nonsense. You're getting a vending machine. But I guess I'll give you a water dispenser in case you're too cheap for the vending machine. The doctor in the general surgery office will probably swing over and use that because she doesn't have a staff room. Okay, so all of that exists now. That department is technically open. Let's go back to insurance. And now we can turn you guys on. Yeah, give me 10 patients, please. Give me 10 patients. And if we treat one of them, then we will unlock hospitalization. Now, that's going to be a ton of money, isn't it? Now that I know about the whole, grayed out issue, we could theoretically open all of these clinics because I would assume, much like the surgery one, the internal medicine one rather, we just need... No, the internal medicine is next. So, long story short, I would assume we could just bang out all of these clinics and get all of these people to start sending us 10 patients a day. I don't see why we couldn't. We won't be able to do much with them because we don't have the money to unlock all the other hospitalization things we need, but we could get some people in the door. All right, well, let's speed it along a little bit. Wait, where did David Lopez go? Hang on. David Lopez has gone rogue. Where is David Lopez? Is that him? That's David, isn't it? Yep. You are hospitalized and going to bed, and you haven't paid us a damn dime. You're uninsured. I kind of want to kick you out, but I'm just curious what your actual problem is. Like, what's your deal? And what are we doing for you next? We've done so many examinations to you, man. You're being seen by Dr. Robert Wilson. Where are you right now? No, give me, no. All right, just go away, Robert Wilson. Oh, what is your deal, David Lopez? You're hanging out. Where are you going? You have celiac disease. Okay, well, we've already nailed that. That's fine. We did that with just an interview. And what are we doing for you? You're going to go sit in a chair. Oh, you're going to our new department. Excellent. Oh, and somebody's already seeing the new doctor. Richard Foster, you have weight loss and tenderness. You could have pancreatitis. You could have an irritable bowel syndrome. There's one of those that I hope it is, Richard. That's all I'm going to say. I hope it's one of those and not the other one because I don't have a restroom up in this area. Well, I mean, you could go around the corner here, but it could be a long walk for you. Are we going to now get our treat? Let me speed it up a little bit. Are we just going to nail that quest right away by treating this person? Are they going to get treatment, though? Or are we just going to say, we don't know how to deal with you, go away? Swollen abdomen. Yes! Nailed it. All right. So we advise diet modification and analgesics. Okay, slow it down. So that obviously unlocks hospitalization for that department. However, do we want to mess around with that? What's my next thing? Build and hire 1 staff for the surgery lab. Okay, I think we could nail that. That's 20,000 right there. That's just basically a stat lab for that particular department, right? So give me general surgery. Yes, surgery lab. Oh, we can totally nail that, game. We can totally nail that. We don't need to do hospitalization right now. Okay, cool. Let me figure out where the heck this is going to go. So my obvious thought is to put the lab for the general surgery area near the general surgery area. So I took this corridor out a little bit, and let's get some more foundation going over here. Hang on, go back to this. How big do we think that needs to be? 4 by 4. So it obviously needs to be bigger than that. So let's go, how about, could we do maybe 4 by 6? 5 by 6 will tuck it up nicely with that other room. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do a 5 by 6. And then I think this could be a little more... Oh, how about these off-putting tiles that'll just really wreck someone's day as they're living and working in this area? How about we also kind of make the floor real nasty, too? You know what? Let's do the squares again. Can I get that effect where we just do squares? Yeah, that looks terrible. That looks terrible. Welcome to your lab. Okay, you need a door. You can just have the regular door. And we need actually a floor for the corridor, which is, I believe, that one. No. There we go. There we go. Now, designation time. Okay, so we are still on general surgery. Good. So we have a corridor for general surgery, and more importantly, the surgery lab. That is the next step here. Okay, missing equipment and missing staff, no kidding. What do you think you need for that? Not as much as I thought, actually. That's for a lab, that's not that bad. A lot of countertops is what I'm seeing here. Let's get you the obvious stuff. You need the you need a table, because you don't get a desk for some reason, right? Yeah, weirdly, you don't get a desk. I don't see one anywhere in here. But you can have a table, which apparently is where your computer can live on. Now, why do you not want to tuck into that corner? That's weird. That's a little odd. Okay, well, you can have your table up here, and then you need a chair to sit at the table, and you need a PC to be on the table. Come on, get on, get on the table. Okay, there we go. Now, you need tons of stuff. Let's start with all the cabinets that you're going to need. Do we want to do, let's do another island thing. I kind of liked that. We did that in the last lab. Let's do that and that. Now, you need a microscope. That can apparently not live there. Do you need the stainless steel stand for that? Which is very tricky to say. Stainless steel stand can live there. Is that where the microscope lives? No. Okay, where does the microscope live? Does it live on another table? Is that what we have to do here? We could do another table. I don't actually have a problem with that. You could have another table right there. Do you like the microscope there? Yes, you do. Okay, microscope lives on the table. Got it. Okay, you need, well, let's give you a trash bin. Let's start with the fundamentals here. You need a sink. That's fine. That's good. Where is that actually going to live? Can that tuck in this corner here? Yes, it can. Okay, you need the centrifuge, and that's quite big, as I remember. Yeah, and it doesn't tuck nicely there, but it does kind of tuck nicely, I guess, there. Maybe I'll put another cabinet there. I will put another cabinet there, because that's just going to bug me. All right, you have a massive island. I'm spending a lot of money on your office. You better be thankful for that. You need some glassware. That can live on that little stainless steel one. You need a printer? Really? Okay, well, that can live over there. That's fine. That's fine. A shelf. Do you actually need a shelf, or do you just think you need a shelf? You need a hematology analyzer. That can't live on a cabinet. That's fussy. What are we going to do with that? May have to get rid of some of these cabinets, is the answer to that. So how about we got rid of this one and that one, and then moved that over there. Come on, give it to me. That over there. You can have, what do you want to live on? I think you need to live on one of the, oh, I know what you need. You need this desk. That's what you need. That, a ton of stuff lives on this. I remember this. Okay, that can definitely live there. That's where the hematology thing goes. Perfect. How about your lab analyzer? That can go on one of the cabinets. How about sample storage? You're going to want to store a lot of stuff here, so that can just tuck in the door. Boy, this is a very, very busy lab. These labs need to be way bigger than I think they do. You need a lab shelf, apparently. I don't really have a spot for that person. Actually, I could put it... Can I get that on the end here? Yeah, it's not my ideal, but it works, I guess. What if we put that there? Okay, get out of that. And can I flip that around there? I do... Oh, I'm not crazy about this. I'm not going to lie. I'm not crazy about this. Let's get you a stool sampler because, you know, that. And what's the RIA again? Radio immunosassy. You know what? You get one of those. Do you have any room for that? No, you actually don't. Okay, it can live over there. That's fine. So that seems to cover all the insanely expensive equipment that you need. We're down to just under $16K right now, which is terrible. But, okie doke. Do you have room for a plant? You don't have room for anything. You can have a poster about digestion. That's all I've got left to give you. And you can't even have that. There you go. Okay, that can live right there. You can have one poster. That's it. Management, obviously we're going to need some sort of technician. So what do you need? Advanced biochemistry. Biochemistry is good on Margaret Hall. Thomas Allen, you are kind of terrible, but so is Paul White. Karen Cole, 50-50 on biochemistry. Junior scientist. What's your little perks? You're a gamer. That means you rest faster. That's good, but you might be late for work. What's your little perk? Fresh parent. Rest levels decrease faster. Okay, you're going to get tired more often. And Thomas Allen is also a fresh parent. Thomas and Margaret, is there something going on between you that I need to know about? You're both fresh parents and you're both looking for a job. Okay, I think I guess Paul White. I don't want the fresh parent thing, although Paul White has 2 hidden perks that I don't know anything about. He could be even worse. Let's take Karen Cole. Yeah, Karen Cole. There it is. Okay, we got $20K for that. That's super, and Karen Cole is on site and doing her thing. Now what? We're still got to treat 40 patients per day, that's fine, and treat 5 patients per day at general surgery. Might be able to cope with that. We might be able to cope with that. We'll see. Does that increase, by the way, how many they're sending us? No, they're still sending us 10. They're still sending us 10. Okay, here's what I'm going to do with that $35,000 that we have, with that $20,000 grant that we just got. I'm going to start nipping at our loan. We've got a $120,000 loan. It's costing us $1,200 a day. So I'm going to take that $20,000 that we just got and pretend it never existed and pay back $20,000. Just sort of start chipping away at that loan like anyone would. Just chip away at the loan and gradually work that down. Now that we've got a better handle on this whole grayed out issue and know that we can actually build all these things. So theoretically, we could go to, say, internal medicine, and we could build that office next. And we won't be able to do anything with hospitalization. I would assume, just going through this game, that the next thing would be to build the med lab, obviously. The one thing that I did want to do that should not be too expensive is wow, there's a lot of people waiting for this general surgery area. We should absolutely be able to knock out that 5-patient thing. The one thing that I did want to do is just do a very, very small cleaning closet over here and specifically designate it for this department. Because I feel what might be happening over in the x-ray department, which is filthy, absolutely filthy. There are footprints everywhere. Here's my thought, and I don't have any proof to back this up, but I feel... So this cleaning closet is designated for the general clinic, the emergency clinic. Now, they clean the corridors just fine, but they don't seem to want to go into the x-ray department, possibly because the x-ray department doesn't have a designated custodian. These guys are only going to clean, I feel, the rooms that are designated for the general clinic, for the emergency clinic. So they're never going into x-ray to clean that. I'll correct that down the road. It's kind of irrelevant right now because the radiology department is closed. Possibly we should think about reopening that. Now that I've kind of figured some things out and we don't have a prestige task, which is why we shut that all down, that x-ray department did get quite a bit of use. Yeah, you know what? We're going to reopen radiology. So give me radiology, please. We are going to reopen radiology, and we'll hire someone just for the x-ray. That's all I want, just for the x-ray. So Jessica Wilson, you are awesome at biochemistry, but you're not so hot at radiology. Well, we're not hiring for biochemistry right now, Jessica. Nobody is particularly good at radiology here. Wow. You're all broadly terrible at the job I'm trying to hire you from, and I'm not paying the $2,500 to refresh that. We don't have that kind of money kicking around right now. I guess I'll take Jessica Wilson. She's as good as any, and she's really rock and roll in biochemistry. I suppose it's good to know if we ever had to move her to a lab setting, she'd be really, really good at it. What are your little perks? Oh, your hunger increases quickly. That's not very good. But you have clean feet. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Jessica Wilson. That's been my big problem in this hospital. And you'll be working in the x-ray department, which doesn't have a custodian, so it would be helpful if you were nice and tidy. Okay, Jessica, you're in. So radiology is back on board. Let me deal with my little cleaning closet issue over here, and then see what the next move is. So for this one, I want to make sure we're on general surgery. So this is specifically designated as the cleaning closet for general surgery. So where does that live? Again, cleaning closet. There we go. That's just for the general surgery department. I know you're missing equipment. We're going to cope with that in a second. Don't worry about it. And you just need shelves. I don't need anything more than one shelf. That will do the job. But I'm going to put 2 in just in case we get busier later and I want to add someone. I can add someone through that shelf. And I'll just give you a few little bits and bobs here. Nothing completely crazy because we don't have a lot of money. But you can have a trash bin. That seems sensible. And why don't you have a sink in case... Actually, no, I want to give you the bucket cart because I like the bucket cart because the custodians move it around and mop things. It's really cool. Yeah, you can have a really, really stripped down basic cleaning closet. Cool. Now I need to hire just one custodian. That's all we need. You are not efficient and you're not dexterous, Daniel Jackson. Judy Young's better. Judy Young's about the best we're going to do. Actually, Kate Thomas is the same on efficiency and she is more dexterous. She has a lot of little perks though. You're a night owl. That's not really going to come up. You're going to need to eat more and you might be late for work. Those are not working in your favor, Kate. However, Judy Young, what do you got? You're an early bird, so you'll work better during the day. That's good. You are a scholar. You use your free time to study. I don't know what you're going to be studying about custodial issues. I don't know if you're reading like Mop Users Monthly or something, or learning new ways to clean things, but that is a good perk. You could be late for work, but I think your other 2 perks are going to more than make up for that. You'll work better during the day, and you're going to study how to clean better when you're not working. So yeah, Judy Young, you're on board. Go clean the general surgery department, please. Are you already... Oh, you're already grabbing the mop bucket thing. I love the mop bucket thing. I love that they use all the little items here. I think it's very, very cool. Okay, what's my next move? Well, my next move is I see David Lopez is getting some more treatment. David Lopez has been in this hospital, I believe, for 3 game days, and we have made no progress on him. He's becoming my own little pet project now. Oh, you're going for an x-ray. Okay, well, I'm glad we opened up the radiology department again. That's fantastic. Speaking of radiology and doctors and whatnot, do we have any spare... Oh, we just hired a doctor. Of course we have a spare doctor kicking around. I was, and I must apologize to my commenters. I know in the long run it was just kind of goofy and nobody cared. But when I was naming Dr. Stone over here, Dr. S. Stone, who is probably on break right now, I thought that was in favor of a commenter who had pointed out something to me. It was not. I actually chose the wrong commenter. So I do need to correct that. And you doctor, come here, Barbara Jones. We need to rename you. You are now going to be the commenter who actually pointed out the thing that I needed to know. Dr. Buckethead. There we go. Hopefully I've remembered it correctly this time. So, Dr. Buckethead, you are now in charge of the general surgery area, and you're really good at general surgery, which is good. So, apologize for mixing up the commenters there. Nobody really cared in the long run. It was just kind of goofy and funny. But yes, Dr. Buckethead, you are now in charge of the general surgery department. How's David Lopez doing? He's being transported to a room. Oh, we've learned something. His elbow. Oh my God, are we actually going to get you out of here? We figured out all your symptoms. It's been 3 game days, David Lopez, and it came down to golfer's elbow? Are you insane, David? Don't play golf, man. I don't even know what to do with you. I don't even know what to do with you, David. But you know what? Whatever we do with David, let's address it in the next episode. We'll call it here on Project Hospital, and we'll pick up some more next time. Until then, I'm Dave. Thank you, as always, for joining me in the wee hours, and we'll see you next time. Anyone want to get the head out of the hot tub? Did you want to maybe pull this head out of the hot tub? That's not sanitary, guys. That is not okay. That's a health code violation in the mansion.